Here's a short demo of the Awetest platform for the mWEB module for mobile browser testing on both iOS and Android platforms. From the Awetest dashboard, we will select mWEB and go into the test cases section, where we see these category options on the left. These are the test cases that we've already built. If you click Expand, you can see the name of the test cases in each section. By selecting one, you can see the name of the feature file, the type of script, and when it was last updated. This is where you can add your test cases. The mWEB module supports numerous open source automation technologies. We have Selenium, Cucumber, Appium, and our own DSL, Ruby and Java for building automation scripts. And we continue to add supported technologies on a regular basis. Now let's create a job to see how the Awetest platform operates in action. We navigate to the Jobs tab and click Add New Job. This takes me to the Scheduled Jobs page. Here you select the test cases you want to execute, and you can select any combination of categories and test cases you want to run. After choosing your test case or test cases, then choose the environment and device operating system, so Android or iOS. Then the device type, phone, tablet, emulator, and OS version. For this demo, I'm selecting an iPad emulator and running on iOS 8.3. One of the big advantages of Awetest is the ability to scale as your automation coverage volume increases, letting you manage hundreds of physical or virtual phones and tablets, running a multitude of iOS and Android SDK and form factor and model combinations. With Awetest's ability to support that matrix of combinations, we're one of the few solutions that really helps with comprehensively addressing the Android fragmentation problem that is increasingly becoming one of the big bottlenecks in mobile testing. Then, for more scalability, there's the parallel sequential options. Awetest supports multi-threading, allowing you to execute tests in parallel across multiple devices, which helps significantly cut down your execution time. So I'm selecting to run in parallel on this machine as the worker, so we can view the test running. You also have the option to select the job to run at a scheduled date or time, but for now I'll run this immediately. Then there are additional options and settings, including screenshots. If you check this box, in case of any failure, Awetest will take a screenshot of the page, and when you go to reports, you see your test at the point of failure. If you'd like to know how long validations are taking and identify for potential performance bottlenecks, then you click this for flagging validations longer than 5 seconds. So when any step taking longer than this, it'll get flagged. Then there's saving jobs as templates, so they can be reused by other Awetest users in your team. And here you can execute in debug mode, a feature that gives you all the logs that were generated on the agent machines back into your browser so you can analyze the run to see what else might be going on. Lastly, under notifications, you have the option for email on failure or completion of the test. So I click on Run, and you see that the job was created successfully at the top. What Awetest is doing right now is zipping up the assets, which are the Ruby libraries and Cucumber feature files, along with any Excel or CSV files you've used for test-driven or data-driven frameworks. So now the status is turned yellow, which means it's running, and the emulator will start up momentarily. Now expanding the job shows the specific details, so the name of the feature file, machine, environment, and start time and end time. Now the emulator is started up and we can see the script being executed. It's bringing up a mobile browser and navigates to the application home page, and the application under test is Fat-Free CRM. The automation is creating a new task, then checking for it and deleting it. When the script is done, it closes out the browser, and now we can see in Awetest the job has completed. Under the reports page, you can see the defect rate and defect distribution. In details, you can see information about the jobs that have finished and specific amount of validations and fails. Going into our job, you can see line-by-line level details by expanding the test case. This is where you can see the amount of time it took each validation to complete. Lastly, we have the Assets section, which is available for all Awetest modules. Here you can create and manage your custom application-specific libraries and create data-driven and keyword-driven frameworks using CSV, Excel, or any other data source. You can set multiple environments to run your tests against, and you can create test variables, where you can create key value pairs that you can use inside your automation. And this is how we test an application running on a mobile browser through awetest.com. So now you've seen the demo of mWEB module. We also have demos of our web and mApp modules for web and mobile app testing on iOS and Android.